Can we all put our hands together, please, first of all? Thank you very much for being here. We're here for Rivers United, for Rivers State. Everything Rivers, that's what we're representing, and that's what Eunisel is all here, to show the support to Rivers United. And of course, to the Rivers United players here, I'll greet you all especially, one-one. I've seen the captain, Koboko. How you doing? You never welcome me, come Port Harcourt. So you're all welcome.
Well, to make it short, this player has played for one of the few players to play for Sharks and Dolphins. That's one. The only player to captain Sharks and Dolphins. He has scored goals for Sharks, he scored goals for Dolphins, and the only player too to win a car with Sharks. Then he crossed again to the other part of town and won a car with Dolphins. I'm sure you know the person now. Nobody? Okay, Coro's answer. Thank you very much. Victor Ezeji, can you step into the hall, please? And all please put our hands together for Victor Ezeji. We played football together. Don't ask me where. Yeyimba, Club Africain in Tunisia. Then he came back and he started playing everywhere. Then he played for Heartland, and when he came to Rivers, what happened? Then he came to play for Heartland. Another question. He played for Sunshine, yes. He played for Heartland, came to Port Harcourt and did something bad. The GM would not want to answer the question. And the Guma would not want to answer the question too. Rivers United player, what did he do? There's a prize though. What did he do? Okay, I'll provide the answer. He scored against Rivers United. And as I was told, I wasn't there. I was told that some people were begging him not to score. Because that game was a difficult game for us. We were struggling with some things, and some people begged him not to score. But he did his job as a footballer. And scored, but he scored only one. And allowed us to score two. The one that game, Victor, you're welcome. Welcome.
Also like to recognize Chief OK, the General Manager of Rivers United, the coach of Rivers United, Mr. Stanley Kuguma, as well as the chairman of the supporters club for Rivers United, Comrade Franklin Obo. The players of Rivers United here present, we also say good evening to you, members of the press, my colleagues from Eunisel in Port Harcourt, also to recognize you, and other ladies and gentlemen who are special guests here today. It's a pleasure to be here again to stand before you this evening to reaffirm Eunisel's commitment and continued support for Rivers United through the renewal of our sponsorship of the team into the 2019-2020 season. As you're aware, as most of you will be aware, this partnership started about 5 years ago when we decided to support local sports here in Port Harcourt. And that happened, first of all, with the company, the club, Sharks FC, which later merged with Dolphin and has now become what we know as Rivers United today, making us have a unified Port Harcourt team that we're all proud of. Through the years, our rationale for sponsorship of the club hasn't changed. Eunisel, like any Nigerian, is very passionate about football. In particular, we're passionate about Nigerian football and our own clubs playing in professional leagues, and of course, the players who play for these clubs. Football in Nigeria provides more than just entertainment value for a large percentage of the population. For many players and aspiring youngsters in school, it is a way of making a living, and not just as players on the pitch, but also as supporters to teams that eventually compete successfully in championships. As such, football provides hope for these people. And when they see companies getting behind the sport through sponsorship, It emboldens them to try harder in their quest to be selected for a team. It encourages them to perform at higher levels and gives them the hope that one day they can be called to serve the nation by playing for the Super Eagles.
Newly. So what we're going to hear from Mr. Samuel Oge, who is here representing the Chief of Staff, Chief Emeka Oke, who is representing the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Bishop Oke. Mr. Oge.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Honorable Samuel. I am here representing the Chief of Staff of the Government House. I don't have the mandate to represent the government. He was here a while ago before he was called to handle some responsibilities and asked me to stand in for him. That's the reason I'm here. Please bear with me. My voice may not be as loud or as expected. Honestly, I am happy to be associated with what I'm saying here today. I've never been aware of what is going on today, that such gesture exists within our sports arena. What I'm talking about is that an organization like Eunisel, sponsoring and supporting, promoting football in Rivers State for the past 5 years. I think it's no mean feat and it's worth commendable. As you are all aware, there's one thing that is unifying more than any other thing in Nigeria, and that is football. We love football, cherish it, and bear it. And if you want to do anything that will touch the hearts of our people, you go to football, and that is what Eunisel is doing today. I commend you and thank you for what you are doing in Rivers State. I wish that we had many other companies, many other corporate bodies doing this. If we have such encouragement, I think football in Nigeria will have beyond what is present. So I want to commend you. On the part of us as government, like the last speaker said, our government is a sports government for now. When this administration came on board, came at a very difficult economic time. And at that time, so many state governments, at least I recall that so many state governments couldn't continue to sponsor football clubs. A lot of them went down. But instead of packing up, this administration continued to sponsor this club.
To 2016 as Rivers United. One thing that I've seen that is basically there is consistency. They have been very, 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 very consistent, and we must give that to them. And again, they have deployed a massive marketing communication strategy. Everywhere you try to do hashtag on Twitter and you type EU, you see Europa, you see Eunisel. It tells you that, look, the marketing strategy with communication is working excellently, perfectly for them. And Eunisel has done so well for Rivers United. It's been a very long while we've seen people coming out, especially corporate companies coming out to sponsor clubs in Nigeria. Everybody believes there's nothing the league has to offer. But Eunisel has stood firm with the league, not just the league, Rivers United, and know that, look, they can invest their money here and there will be benefits. They might not be reaping it right now, but as time goes on, they will definitely get to be recognized by the world. Because once Rivers United start playing in the continent, Eunisel will be seen everywhere. And we all know that, look, our games are being covered for the world to see. So Eunisel has done so well. We must commend Eunisel, because if we don't do that, they might think that, look, they're just doing something and nobody is recognizing. But Eunisel has done so very well for themselves too, because going further, we need them to continue to support Rivers United. There is no two ways about it. If they continue supporting Rivers United, you will see more corporate companies who want to come into the game to do as much as they have done. You know, we have talked so much about Eunisel. Let me just end it by saying that, look, Eunisel, keep doing what you're doing. Your reward will definitely come.
When you look at the level of
quality of kits we have and jersey that we wear to play our matches, you cannot match it to anyone in the league. We always remain to be the best. What we owe to Eunisel, we owe Eunisel enhancement of that value, that sweat, that input into our system. And so by 2016, we were able to get a continental ticket. They were happy. We tried to pay back a bit, at least by ensuring that CAF gives Eunisel recognition in the continent as partners in shared sponsorship of one of the leagues, one of the best leagues in Africa. That approval was given and that certificate was given. There is nowhere Eunisel will move to that CAF will not recognize Eunisel. We sealed that deal for them. We still have to do more for Eunisel. We have not been able to get up and get out of that situation, to win laurels, to make our fans happy. We have been struggling, but I can assure you that for this season, the club is on top. Forget about our competition right now. We have a good team. Can ask questions, ask other people. I know that my club has a good team, a very strong team that can win the league and that can get you a continental ticket.
You've seen the jersey. Some who are wearing a beautiful jersey, and that's what Eunisel represents. So we're going to unveil the jersey. We know journalists, of course, my colleagues, there will be questions and, of course, answers to your questions. So please, let us finish the unveiling. Then we can go to question and answer time. Let's go in excited to see someone wearing the Rivers United jersey, and that's what we need to promote here in Rivers State. We need to wear the Rivers United jersey. That is a way to show support for Rivers United. Any other question, please? Many thanks, Kester. Any other question, please? Dinner will be served shortly. Any other question? So we'll move straight to dinner. Alright.
I heard you mention the Cash for Good initiative by Eunisel. The guys have begun the season very well. I like their way you journey very well over last weekend of Match 5. Match 6 is against Abia Warriors this weekend. So what's the initiative that Eunisel can dangle, or the carrot they can dangle for these guys to pursue this season? Because I would love to see them the continent next season and possibly with the title. So can we get anything from Eunisel? Is there any plan for them? Any new initiative, Cash for Good, which one do we have for them this time around?
My name is Kadina. I work with today in Port Harcourt. You will agree with me that global best practice is that most times when share sponsorship deals are signed, we get to hear the duration of the deal and the amount involved. As example, Manchester United signed a share sponsorship deal with Chevrolet for 10 years, worth $50 million. Now I want to know what's the financial details of the deal Eunisel has got with Rivers United.
If we roll back, when Eunisel announced a motivation fee of 10 million naira, it was not in the deal. But that came up because the club performed well in 2016. when it was with Sharks, there was a deal. There were several add-ons, cash for goals, and that again because of the fact that the brand, Emeka, believed in Rivers United, and that's the truth. Again, there will be other teams Rivers will benefit from leveraging this deal. And truth is, at the end of the day, it is much more than figures that we want to hear. So the truth in football is, some deals are mentioned, some deals are undisclosed.
We are working out. Eunisel has asked us to, work out ways of putting up a permanent team that will last 5 seasons. We are still working on that, but for now, it's a seasonal team. Every season, we go and renew when both parties agree to begin. Thank you very much.
The next house, please. Thank you very much. So we'll do it.
Join the low table or the high table. I eat what I want to Why is your...
Jerseys and they have supported us in different aspects. Making sure that the players are motivated, the team have all that it needs in the area of motivation, to ensure that the team excel. And this has been on for a very long time. This is the 5th year that this sponsorship deal has been going on. And I think that the Eunisel too are not resting. They want to continue even on a permanent basis because of the benefits. This is a company that's with through football now is have been known all over. It's a household name now. So many people out there on the streets buy Rivers United jersey, and you can see the inscription of Eunisel almost everywhere in the country, and it's a big booster to the company, and a lot of people are now partnering with the company because of his the name he has made in Nigerian football.
So, in reciprocal, what's your target for Rivers United? Your GM talked about continent. As a manager, what's your target? What's your sincere target?
I think right from the inception of this sponsorship, 2015, when they started with Sharks Football Club, the 2016, as Rivers United Football Club, we went to the continent. When we came out second in the league and went to the continent, and we took Eunisel to the continent. Today, Eunisel is there in CAF competitions as one of the sponsors of club side in Africa. So I think the only thing we can do now is to work harder to ensure that Eunisel also gain this time around by getting a continental ticket.
Well, I think they should be competing to be one of the best teams in the MPFL. They should be rubbing shoulders to the likes of Enyimba, Plateau United these days, maybe Kano Pillars, because they have all it takes. They have a seasoned manager. Stanley Goma has been here for over a decade already, you understand? They have a government that's
more or less give them what they want, what they need in terms of their welfare and all that. He heard the representative of the commissioner here saying that all their bonuses have been cleared, and I did confide with one of the players here who also attested to the fact that this season they are not being owed a dime.
Been working for us for the last 5 years or 6 years, and there's absolutely no reason that we're going to change our minds. We have two major objectives. One, that we raise the standard of the football in the NPFL by supporting Rivers. You know that we've got the Eunisel boot, which is aimed at, again, increasing the standard of performance through incentive and reward. Well, look, there's an overriding, much higher up objective, and that's to be able to provide a standard in the NPFL that's going to encourage youngsters to come into the system. In so doing, we're achieving corporate social responsibility, which is helping to create job creation.
United must always aspire to win the league, not only this season alone. When you consider the resources being pushed into this team, and of course this sponsorship by Eunisel as well, they have no other choice than to aspire to win the league, because they've been in the league for like 4 years now. They've got some of the best talents in the land, and of course they have an experienced coach, so they have no other choice than to be aspiring to win the league, not even the top 3, not a continental slot. But, due to the nature of the NPFL, it's so difficult to call many times, and it can fall anywhere. So if you aspire to win the league, you can't win it, and you see yourself finishing top 2 or top 3, yes, that's a continental ticket. You portray the brand on the continental scene, and that will be a little bit of achievement. But sincerely, the first target should be winning the league.